We're still dealing with our law of cosines, and we're going to try our second example. In this example, I'm given side A, side B, side C, so we're dealing with side, side, side. This is case 4, so we definitely can use law of cosines here. So we'll draw our triangle. Again, just go ahead and label it A, B, C. It doesn't matter which ones you call which angles, but across from angle A, that's 4. Across from angle B is 3, and across from angle C is 6. Okay, so that's what we've got. We now need to try and solve for an angle. And let's go ahead and we're just going to use our law of sines, our cosines the way it's written. I have side C, side A, side B. So let's go ahead, we're just going to try and find angle C to start with. So C squared, that's 6 squared, equals A squared. 4 squared plus B squared is 3 squared, minus A times, minus 2 times A times B times cosine of C. Okay, so we've got 36 equals 16 plus 9 minus 2 times 4 is 8 times 3 is 24 cosine of C. Okay, we've got to subtract the 16 from both sides, so subtract 16, subtract 9 from both sides, and we now have, 25. So we have 11 equals negative 24 cosine of C. Divide both sides by the negative 24. And now I've got cosine of C equals negative 11 over 24. To undo cosine, so anytime you're trying to find an angle, you'll need to use the inverse. So I need to do inverse of cosine inverse of negative 11 over 24 will equal C. Okay, when we plug this in the calculator, we get, let's see, again, second cosine, and then I want to get my fraction symbol so it's easier to type in, negative 11 divided by 24. And we are told that angle measurement is 117.28. So C equals 117.28 degrees. Okay, we've got one angle. Now I need to find another angle. So we're going to use the law of cosines again. This time let's find angle A. So if I'm finding angle A, I need to have an A squared over here and an A right here. We'll try and fit this in this spot right here. So that means I will have my A squared on this side. So A squared is 4 squared equals B squared plus C squared minus 2 times B times C times the cosine of angle A. And if we write this out, 4 squared is 16 equals 9 plus 36 minus 2 times 3 is 6 times 6 is 36 cosine of angle A. Subtract 9 and 36 from both sides, so minus 9 minus 36. And we get a negative 29 equals negative 36 cosine of angle A. Divide both sides by negative 36 and then take the inverse cosine. So cosine inverse of negative 29 over negative 36 will equal angle A. When I put this in the calculator, so I'll clear that, so second cosine, get my fraction symbol, negative 29 divided by negative 36, and enter, and we get 36.34. 36.34 degrees. Okay, so I've got angle C, I've got angle A. To get angle B, I subtract A and C from 180. So 180 minus 117.28 minus 36.34. And we get angle B is 26.38. So B equals 26.38 degrees. And we've now solved this triangle. So again, when you're solving a triangle, you're trying to get all three angles and all three sides. So let's turn over and look at the last example. Okay, so we've got a scenario where we're sailing from Naples, Florida for Key West, which is 150 miles away. We maintained constant speed but encountered heavy winds and currents. So after 4 hours, we are off course. So instead of continuing this way, we've been pushed this direction. And so here we are after 4 hours. Okay, and we want to see how far is the sailboat from Key West. So I need to know this distance here, x. So let's try and find that first. So part A, I'm trying to find x. I know this angle. Let's see, how do I know this angle? This angle is 20. We know this distance is 150. And we know this angle is 20 degrees. Okay, so I've got side, angle, side. So I can use my law of cosines. I'm trying to find this side, so I'm just going to call it x squared. So I have to have the angle across from the side I'm trying to find. So if this is the side, I have to have angle x, so which is 20 degrees. So this is going to equal one of the sides squared, so 60 squared, plus another side squared, 150 squared, minus 2 times 60 times 150 times the cosine of the angle that goes with x, which is 20 degrees. Okay, let's see what we get here. X squared equals, plugging this in the calculator, we get 60 squared plus 150 squared minus 60 squared plus 150 squared minus, and I'm going to just put this in a parentheses here, 2 times 60 times 150 times the cosine of 20 degrees. And we get, that looks really off, so let me double check this. Oh, I know why it looks off, because I haven't taken the square root of it yet. So x squared equals 9,185.53, and now I need to find x. So I need to take the square root of this. So I'm going to take the square root. Now, rather than rounding that at all, I'm just going to have the calculator pick that right back up and copy it. So that x equals 95.84 miles. Okay, there we go. Okay, part B. Through what angle should the sailboat turn to correct its course? Well, this is the angle it's going to need to turn. Because if it's going this way, we need to correct over here. So to find this, this is angle A. If I'm finding angle A, I need to know this side, which I do, and I need to know both these sides of the triangle, which I do. Okay, so we've got all the information we need. So if I'm trying to find angle A, I have to have A squared over on the left side of the equation. So 150 squared equals 60 squared plus 95.84 squared minus 2 times 60 times 95.84 times the cosine of angle A, which is what I'm trying to find. Plugging this in the calculator, I've got, well, let's go ahead and just subtract these things. Well, so 150 squared is 22500. 3600 plus 95.84 squared. Oh, which we know it's this thing right here. 9185.53 minus 2 times 60 times 95.84. 1150.8 cosine of A.